Hey friends, what are you doing?
It is actually a hydrogen power car model.
How can hydrogen be an alternative fuel?
Let me explain. Hydrogen is a clean energy where this is especially important for reducing the air pollution and combating the climate change. It is abundantly available on earth and renewable. It is a high energy density, versatile, and it can be stored at low temperature, and it also distributed easily in the pipelines or in the tanks. And there are a few advantages of hydrogen as a fuel, that is zero emission and fuel flexibility.
How can hydrogen run the car?
Because by using the distilled water, because it has a pure, prevents scaling and corrosion, and it gives the optimized electrolyte function and also a long-term reliable. And now Tanmay is going to explain about the model parts.
So this is a PEM, proton exchange membrane, a reversible fuel cell, and these are the two hydrogen and oxygen tanks. And this is a battery pack with connecting leads, and this is a motor to run the model, and these are the transparent silicon tube attached to the PEM, and these are the plastic plugs for the fuel cell, and this is a solar panel which is used to charge the device, and we can also use the battery to charge the device, the PEM.
Can you explain more about this model?
Yes, this is a PEM, a proton exchange membrane, a reversible fuel cell which generates electricity. First, when the distilled water is injected into the PEM, a proton exchange membrane through a transparent silicon tube attached to it. Once the distilled water is injected into the PEM, on the oxygen side of the device, through the electrolysis process, the water gets split into hydrogen and oxygen molecules. And these hydrogen molecules will start to flow towards the anode side of the device, and the oxygen molecules will flow towards the cathode side. And at the anode, hydrogen will again catalytically split into electrons and protons, and the PEM only allows protons to flow through an electrolyte towards the cathode while blocking electrons, and electrons will travel through an external circuit creating current which is helped to run the motor. And the cathode side will again combine with the protons and electrons coming from the anode to form water. And later, after charging the device for 3 to 5 minutes, and the device will be connected to motor to run the model. This will be helpful to move the model. And the further explanation will be given by Sanket.
After the electrolysis and charging of the PEM, the membrane is connected to the motor. Once the motor controller receives the electricity, it regulates the electricity and to ensure that the motor receives the correct amount of power to start running and to maintain efficient operation. Once the motor receives the electricity, it starts to run. After we connect the motor to the wheels by some gears, here the electrical energy from the fuel cell is generated to mechanical energy, and the device starts to run. A hydrogen car's motor runs because of well-sequenced energy transformation. Electricity stored in the battery powers the electrolysis, and the fuel cell and the hydrogen fuels the fuel cell. The fuel cell generates the electricity, and the electricity runs the motor. The motor's motion turns the wheels, propelling the car forward. The entire process is powered by renewable energy to maintain eco-friendly and sustainable energy cycle. And as a byproduct, we obtain a water vapor, which is very useful in the process of water cycle in the atmosphere. And by using the renewable energy in our daily life, we can conserve the non-renewable sources to our future generations. And we have two companies working on this model, and this will be explained by Preetham.
We have two companies working on this project. They are Toyota and BMW. In Toyota, we have a car named Mirai, which uses Toyota fuel cell system and gives mileage of 600 km per kg. And this has both fuel cell and hybrid technology. And we have pressurized tanks in this to store hydrogen. This car was launched in 2018. BMW is going to launch a car named iX5, which runs on hydrogen, and it is going to launch a car in between 2027 to 28.
So in future, if hydrogen car develop, they represent a promising future for eco-friendly transportation, utilizing the hydrogen fuel cells to generate electricity. They produce zero emissions with water vapor as the only byproducts. As the only cell technology advances and hydrogen infrastructure expands, these vehicles could become a key solution for reducing the greenhouse gas emissions in the automotive sector.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our chairman of PPSC, Dr. S.J.V. Mahipal sir, who has been our ever inspiration and our visionary mentor, and our principal, Mr. J. Anil Kumar sir, who has been a supporter and motivator. And I would like to thank all my respected teachers for helping us in this project and making it successful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.